It's a new day here in the shop. We are going to be doing today, we're going to get that dammer and into that truck. So what we're going to do is I ordered this Shackle reverse kit from Bronco Graveyard. Pretty well built. I think that's all of what factory is.
I gotta get me one of those.
Comes with all the hardware. If you can see, that's 3/8. All these gussets are all 1/4 inch. This is bent around for the leaf spring to go in there. It looks like a pretty damn good kit.
Oh, would you look at that?
So what it does is you grind these rivets out right there. And that mounts to this, and your shackle is reversed, so it's hanging upside down. And I guarantee that bracket over there is way stronger than this one right here.
Bam! Just like that.
So when I ordered it, I was kind of like, yeah, get rid of those blocks. Seems like a pretty good deal. We'll see if those brackets work pretty good. Well, after looking at it, I almost have no doubts that those are going to be stronger than what's in there right now. But I think first thing we need to do is we need to take these, they're just raw steel. They do that because they don't know what color you're gonna paint it. So we probably should sandblast them. And I also got U-bolt bracket that goes on the top. These were the stock blocks that go in there, which I think I'm gonna still have to use these. Also in the background, new radiator, new grille, new rear bumper, master cylinder I think is in that one, brake boosters in that one, bumper brackets, door seals that are down there. Yeah, pretty much 85% of that came from Bronco Graveyard. They have some pretty good deals over there. You guys might go check them out. Not sponsored, by the way, but when I find a good deal somewhere, I think everybody should get a good deal instead of spending how much money we usually have to spend on all these parts for these damn things. So, anyways, I think first thing I'm gonna do is get those in the sandblaster and get everything all got those all sandblasted up. They turned out pretty good.
They're nice.
Got the plates sandblasted. Got the blocks ready to paint. So the next thing we need to do, I think I'm going to use a blowtorch for that and just hot wrench those things off of there. Well, I think that was the easiest way to do it, that's for sure. Instead of doing the Death Wheel 9000 and cutting and dicing, and I'm not saving those brackets anyway, so now I need to get that bracket off. So the next step, we got to drill these out to a 1/2 inch hole. Just to double clarify, here's one of the bolts they sent. Oh yeah, that'll be real nice. Always want a little spritzing behind it, just because we'll do the rest of the frame at another date, but at least that stuff will be protected right there. We'll let that dry a little bit. We'll get the other side caught up. As you can see, I just didn't paint right there. What I did is I kind of took the wire wheel and just kind of like buffed that all up, you know, to make it better than it was. All right. According to Bronco Graveyard, that should bolt right into that. And I can see already that is not going to be easy to get into. Don't. Trying to be able to get this in here and get them started. Oh, I think I got it started. So I think if I get it somewhat started here. I trust that impact, but I'd much rather know what I'm torquing it to instead of just giving it full ugga-duggas. All right, that was 160.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
It's gotta be like right there, I guarantee you. Where are you at?
God damn it!
I guess. There's the first weakness. Just snapped a 1/2 inch bolt off. Huh. That's kind of crazy. You know, I've broken a lot of bolts in my life, but I don't know if I've ever broken a 1/2 inch bolt. I feel like it was already compromised a little bit. So when I was torquing on it, I brought it to 160. All those to 160, which is just fine. 160 pounds torque. So this one, I felt like it gave at like 70 and just kept stretching for quite a while. You could see it just broke right out of there. So, what do you do? Got both sides on. Yeah, I don't know what the heck the problem was with that one bolt. Torqued all the other ones to 160 foot-pounds. Clicked off just fine. So I'm replacing this bolt right here because this thing, I did it on both these leaf spring packs. That little alignment pin right there, which is 5/8, it was damn near rotten on both of those. Always clamp it. Don't use this bolt to suck down that.
Well, duh.
You want that in perfect alignment with everything. Clamp it down and then tighten that bolt down and then cut off the excess. Got all those leaf springs sandblasted. Turned out pretty good. Just gives it a little better surface to paint. Coat 1 is done. Coat 2 is done. Mr. Inspector over here, making sure everything's all going down just right. What do you think, Brown Dog? What do you think? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's probably going to do it for tonight. I think it's like 7:30, I think it is at nighttime now. But got a damn long ways on her today. What are we gonna be doing today? We're gonna be putting that axle in there. We got that leaf springs all painted, shackles painted, pretty much everything ready to go in. So instead of boring you on all that, I'm just gonna kind of blast through it and see what it looks like. First step, lube the bolts. Next step, put blue Loctite on the bolts. Next step, lubricate the bushings. Next step, lube your shackle. Next step, install your front leaf spring bolts. Hang old shackle, even though you got a new one coming. Cut off exhaust, because you know it's in the way. Hang the leaf spring on the rear shackles. Roll axle underneath truck. Make sure your alignment is good. Nailed it. Set the weight of the truck down on the axle. Install new U-bolts. Firmly tighten U-bolts. Torque bolts to 140. Eat a bag of Doritos. Admire your hard work. Why are you eating a bag of Doritos? Lift it off the axle stand. Lower it to put the tires on. Put all the tires on. Lower it down to see if all my leveling was right. So if you remember, my first number from the last video was 44 inches. What you see right now, that's good 44 and a half, I'd call it. So we're not really that far off. I think we're about a ½ inch up according to the fender wells. But I'd rather be down just a skosh than up. It's 7 1/4 up. The rear, or the front, is 5 3/4. I think I did the math right. Not quite sure. So as you see, that is a hell of a lot more than that. So I'm wondering, get a smaller block in that rear, which is fantastic. So I think that's a 3-inch block. I'm pretty sure that would be considered a 3-inch block. When I said I was gonna eat the whole bag, I wasn't lying. That's what big guys do, you know, we just eat. So you kind of see, it kind of rakes to the front. I don't know if you can pick that up as much on the camera, but that doesn't work for me. I want a little rake towards the back. I mean, I don't want no Carolina sag or anything like that. You know, nothing ridiculous. This was straight or a little lower than it is down here. So I was thinking, if I took that 3-inch block out that was in the back there, that would drop it down, but then I think it would be too much. I'm still sitting at 44 and a half here, but in front, that's 42 and a half. So that's 2 inches. I think if I order like a 1-inch block, you know, just a little guy.
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
I feel that would give it a lot better stance, because right now it looks like it's, you know, if I was gonna put a big heavy bumper on the back of this thing, or, you know, a headache rack and 5th wheel mounts and a bunch of other stuff on there, yeah, I'd probably leave it like that because it would probably squish it down about 1.5 or 2 inches. So that might give you a little better view of how it just kinda. This is quite a bit lower over here than it is right here. Just by going off my shoulder, you can kind of tell, right? It's about shoulder height. I'm 6'1", so I would rather have it here than that height over there. Because over here, it just looks like a damn pulling truck. I don't know if you've ever went to a tractor pull. They're all jacked up in the ass end. Then when they bite, it levels them out. Maybe it squats them a little bit. That's what this thing looks like right now. And that ain't gonna work. Got my nice little laser set up. So what I did is I lined up with that body line right along there. And you could see all the way down there that it changes pretty drastic. So I'm wondering if that 3-inch block, if you take that all the way out, it would be too low. Because right here at the rear axle, about 2 inches from that line right there to that body line on the bottom of where that dent side goes. So if you take that out, I think you only want 2 inches lower. So if you take that 3-inch block out, you might get too much by the time. I know 3 inches here is what you want, but your main measurement for your drop is right over your axle. Probably gonna have to order a block. I don't know if I'm gonna order it off the Jungle or not, or go to Summon Racing or somewhere like that. But, you know, Amazon usually has good stuff. They get here fairly quick. Block, you know, as long as the milling is right, it should be okay. But you know, the Jungle isn't always perfect. By no means, let me tell you.
Components, American components, Russian components, all made in Taiwan.
I think that's the next step. So, anyways, like, subscribe, share, comment, do the little ding-dong things that YouTube wants you to do, and don't forget, if you don't start a project, you damn sure ain't gonna finish a project. So get off your ass, go start a project. That was my project this weekend. I got it done, but it ain't done. So stay tuned for the next one, guys. We'll be seeing you later.